How's it going, everybody? How is your weekend? We're back with another Shonen Weekly. Of course, we got my wonderful co-host, Zero Straw Hats, aka Jordan.
What's going on, everybody?
And today is special because we have the one, the only, ConnectionOSU, Justy.
What's up, guys?
Now, of course, how we like to do this podcast is we like to... I have no idea. But what we're really talking about here is crazy fandoms as well as a bunch of other stuff. So, always getting into it, let's talk about the new releases that came out. And of course, we're looking at Dr. Stone, Volume 13. Demon Slayer. Yeah. For a manga that's all about science and how people don't want to talk about, science and all that, I'm surprised that it's doing so well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I might have to go back and pick that up in digital at some point. I dropped the physical just for Space Matters and things like that, but I might go back and get it digitally.
What I've seen of Dr. Stone, I enjoy it, but I've only seen the first 5-ish episodes of the anime. I haven't experienced the manga, but I think it's pretty cool. I don't think it necessarily deserves the hate I see on YouTube for it, but
there's a lot of hate for it?
From what I've seen, from people I see, a lot of people don't like it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All I know is I haven't picked it up because I don't really care about it that much. The premise seems interesting, but I'm I got a lot going on right now that if I miss, one or two...
There's a lot better to read, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more to read. And then going into Demon Slayer, Volume 16.
Damn,
drop.
I'm really behind on that one then.
Now, Demon Slayer is something that I've read the first volume to. I really like it, but I haven't actually picked it up yet. I know it ended, correct? Or it's about to end? Yeah.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. It ends for us on February, I believe. The last one comes out then.
Okay. Yeah, so I definitely want to pick it up, but as of right now, there's a lot other titles that I'm looking at.
Demon Slayer is one of those series for me that I really can see getting a box set. So I kind of want to wait a little bit. I feel like it might get a box set. If it doesn't after a couple months of it being finished, I'll pick it up. But
that's actually something I didn't think about at all. That's pretty cool. That's a cool idea.
I think it definitely. It's one of those series that's so popular, and Bleach and Naruto and One Piece all have the box sets. I feel like Demon Slayer possibly could get one.
Man, I might have to. I don't know. I don't want to. I think I should double dip, but no, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, I might get a box set, but it might be a while yet.
Yeah.
Because most box sets either they do the full thing, or they do 24 issue parts. So we might be waiting for a while for a box set for that. And
I
then
just think that's gonna be around. I just think it's gonna be around 20 volumes in total, which just sounds like a decent sized box set. That's why I thought that, but we'll see.
You think it's gonna be 20?
I think so. Is it gonna be? Is it gonna end somewhere
21,
around
I believe.
21. See, I knew it was somewhere around that range.
Yeah.
So we're looking at about.
It's really good right now, honestly. Too. I've been reading it. And I'm on for 14. It's really good right now.
Well, you are behind, sir. And then the last.
I am very behind.
The last one we have Daytime Shooting Star, Volume 8. This is one that I've never heard of.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this one yet.
Okay. So, but just letting you know that if you do like Daytime Shooting Star, Volume 8 is out. And that kind of gets us into fandoms. The crazy things that we get into with our fictional art. Crazy fandoms. Now, I know that Zero Straw Hats, before we even started talking about how One Piece is the best. And this is exactly what we're talking about.
No, I seriously think One Piece has the best fandom. I really do.
And
I've seen it in pretty. I don't really know. I've never read One Piece except for maybe Volume 1, but from what I've seen, I think a lot of people on One Piece community are pretty chill.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think there's definitely worse ones out there.
now, why would you
Yeah,
say that One Piece is the best fandom of it?
Well, it all starts off with One Piece actually being the best, so it kind of is easier for it to be the best fan base. I don't know. I just think that like everyone's like from my experience of talking about One Piece and watching other bigger YouTubers who talk about One Piece weekly and commenting and whatnot, everyone's just like you don't get too many arguments. You don't get too many like um of the hate comments that you get in other fandoms. I think like One Piece fans are just kind of chill and like it's been going on for so long and it's been so good for so long that I just feel like it's just there's not it's just not too bad compared to other fandoms. That's kind of what I think. But
Have you been on the forums?
I don't do like forums. I do more of like I'm a big fan of like Rogers Base and Tekken 101 and like Grand Line Review, all those like bigger One Piece YouTubers. And so I do a lot of commenting in their comments more than like forums. That's kind of where I get my One Piece fandom from.
Okay, because I will tell you right now that Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece are probably the biggest toxic people to put in a room together. No
Yeah,
one,
those guys with each other.
and it's always a death battle, right? You get maybe a few people that are like, oh, what do you think about this mangaka, or what do you think about this show? No, it's usually like, who's gonna win? Joker from Batman or Naruto? And then they give like stupid situations that completely, puts somebody on one side or the other. And then if you say anything different than their chosen character, you're in the wrong.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, when it comes to like those like who would win in this battle, who would win in that battle, like I think that's like the worst kind of things when it comes to the fandoms because like each series power system is so different that I feel like commenting about who would win in a fight isn't as interesting to me as fighting about like the story and the characters and whatnot. Because like for example, like One Piece versus like Dragon Ball Z, I think it's pretty obvious Dragon Ball Z characters would win, right? Like the Savage, like I don't know. I just feel like that's not as fun as talking about like the actual story of the stories.
Yeah, but that's not what fandoms are about.
That's very true.
Or they will hate on somebody just because they're super popular.
The only real fandom I know that I've seen toxicness from within like certain manga like titles, definitely been the Naruto one.
Yeah, I can agree with that one. As someone who's a big Naruto fan, I definitely think that could be true.
The only
I think
the only good thing that Naruto fandoms are good at are the Sakura memes.
That's one thing we can all agree on for the most part.
And so when I see these, death matches all the time, because that's all people want to talk about, is who can kill who, and it's like you'll never get an answer. So you just rage at each other for no reason. But this is what I want. This is what I want. I want the mangaka from One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, Dragon Ball, all to get together and make a series together about, all the major characters in each of those.
to be honest, wasn't Jump Force made for that reason?
Hold on. But this will be canon. This will be completely canon. This isn't just a game. This isn't Jump Force. You get all of them together, and at like the second volume, they're all on the same battlefield, staring each other down, and then they don't make any more. And then they just go on hiatus forever. Just so every single person in that fandom will go crazy and hype for it, and then they'll never get their resolution. of who's better. The biggest troll.
That's pretty dark.
But I would say the most crazy fandoms got to be the JoJos.
I actually have no idea. I've never watched or heard or seen very much JoJo, so I'm totally like alien to this.
Yeah, me too. From the little tiny bit I've seen of JoJo, I haven't been a fan, but I have a very small sample size, so I can't really talk about that series too much in general.
Oh, they are crazy. Like, if you're like, you know what, I don't like the whole weird stand things and people licking each other for no reason. People jump on them. Hundreds of people jump on them and be like, oh, you hate it because you're so chauvinistic and blah blah blah. You don't understand real art. And it gets crazy. But of course, it's a borderline shonen seinen, series that's from the 80s. Just like Dragon Ball, it's going to have that raw, like, defend the princess at all costs, right? Personally, I like JoJo. A lot of people don't because of how kind of slow build it is from the part 1 and 2. But I have to say, it's some of the best writing with subtle comedy and just something like, it's a series
It's
where
ongoing too.
yes, it is still ongoing. Part 8, I believe.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a series where you can have Dracula, you can have supernatural, like, shadow things that are attached to you, with you. You can have a good guy Nazi in there, and nobody cares. It's bizarre adventure for a reason. If you think you've seen, everything in that series, then it'll be just kicked up another notch.
Isn't that series like? Don't they like focus on like one family and then there's like a generation gap and you see the next family? Isn't that like what each part is?
Yeah, there's the Joestars, but there's also the Brandos. It's about the two families. Part 1 is showing you, the Joestar and the Brandos and why they're like connected together, and then it kind of goes from there. I know in part 5 there's like a Jojo Brando person for the main character. It's really weird. It's really out there, but man, I can't get enough. I can't get enough of JoJo. But I don't think I would go as crazy as like defending it on the internet from somebody who just has a different opinion than me.
Yeah, I think if you like the worst fandoms in my opinion are either Dragon Ball Z or I could either go with like One Punch Man, or, which I know you hate when I talk about One Punch Man.
Oh hell no.
Or
I think about that one.
Yeah, or there was one more I had in my mind. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, those two. There's one more that I was really thinking about, and I can't think. Oh yeah, Boruto. If you're a fan of Boruto, I'm sorry. Like Boruto. Like there's people that genuinely think that Boruto is better than Naruto. I'm sorry. If you think that, then like you're wrong.
That's kind of scary.
It's out there. Like, it's called Boruto for a reason, because it's so boring.
Like, you really just you have to name him Boruto. Like you just change the B and the N. That's it. That's all you could do.
I don't know why people. Yeah, I don't know why people love Boruto so much, and they hate on Samurai 8. Like,
yeah,
Naruto fans.
I agree with that. I'm like, what is? How can you? I don't know.
Samurai
8 is really good.
You love Naruto, so you jump on the Boruto bandwagon, and you're just like, all right, I love this too. But you hate on Samurai 8 so much. Why? It's from the creator of Naruto. It's basically Naruto, but space samurais. It's
like Yeah. I genuinely believe that Boruto like completely ruined so much of like what Naruto is. Like some of the things they do, like the just the fact that they have Orochimaru still in the show is like, and that's like it's crazy, and that his like son is like a part of the main group is ridiculous. Like that dude killed a Hokage. He shouldn't like. It's crazy.
I
Um,
feel like back when Naruto's around, they left questions open that were good questions, whereas in Boruto, there's questions that leave open that are like, this should be answered. You know what I mean?
yeah. I don't know.
You
And then
know,
like the technology jumped so much more than it should have. Like they have iPads and stuff now. Like it's a little.
Yeah.
what's a great series, and I know it's not shonen, it's not anime at all, but a great series that jumped from like the main series to, you know, sometime in the future is Avatar. I
I
think
love
I
that.
watched it.
they did a great jump from, you know, uh, Avatar: The Last Airbender to the name's escaping me, but you know,
Core, original core. Right?
yeah.
Yeah. I won't say too much 'cause I don't want to spoil it because you haven't watched the whole thing yet. But Avatar, even though it's not an anime, like it's the closest thing to an anime that isn't an anime. You know what I mean? I loved Avatar. It's funny because like the Avatar came on Netflix, and then I knew when Avatar came on Netflix that eventually Korra would. And I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and we both agreed that like Avatar was great, and she was like, "Oh, I don't really care about Korra because that one wasn't that good." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Korra was good." She's like, "Yeah, I just don't like it because like it's not about Aang and whatnot." I'm like, "What?"
But Aang's in
Fast
there.
forward, yeah, fast forward like weeks later, Korra comes onto Netflix, and she watches the whole thing in like 2 weeks, and she's like, "Well, I changed my mind. It's actually pretty good." So like, Korra's good. Like, I feel like a lot of the fan base, I feel like a lot of the fan base was so mad that like it just wasn't about Aang and that whole group that they didn't like it. But I think that Korra was
I
actually
think that they
pretty good.
should have changed it to like instead of calling it the main character, they should have called it like Avatar, something something. And I feel like that would be that would have been cooler.
The second to last Airbender.
Or like the Legend of Korra, Avatar. I don't know.
How's it going
Yeah.
studying manga? What are you doing today? And Naruto is superior. Yeah, Naruto is the best out there, but
Who commented that?
it's in chat.
Oh, I don't see it. Is that in here?
Naruto, like out of all the three of those, Naruto's, the best. Then I would go Samurai 8, and then I would go with anything else, and then I would go the stool of anything else, then I would go the dirt, the pecking order, the Mr. Popo pecking order from Dragon Ball Bridge.
Oh man, I've been called such a hater, but I'm okay with being a hater when it comes to Boruto.
I have to
You
say,
guys should go watch this video I watched yesterday. It was I think who did it? I think it was like Phelous, Phelous. He did a video about like the different dubs in Dragon Ball Z, and there I didn't know there was so many different English dub versions. There was like Pioneer, Ocean, AB, there's
What?
like 5 of them. Yeah, there's like
I did
so
not know
many
that.
from back in the day.
well, I mean, it started in like the 90s for the
Yeah,
American dubs, so
I mean,
there's a lot of
there's ones I never
companies.
even knew about. There's even like the one that's where it's like the English is so broken because it's in other languages, but they're like they're trying to say English from other language. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This might be
I would
a
like.
very. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go. You go.
This might be a unpopular opinion when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, but as someone who grew up with the English voices, like I really can't stand Goku's Japanese voice. I find it like so much worse. But it might just be because I'm used to
I
his like more manly voice.
I
The
agree.
Japanese voice just really takes me off.
Yeah.
It, I mean, it's something you're not used to, right?
Yeah,
Because
it's just weird.
you're used to Sean Chamel's, voice, and then you're like,
Well,
wait,
to be
what?
honest,
What's
my
this?
favorite voice was the Ocean dub voice for Goku.
The
No, I don't
ocean.
know if
Oh,
I know the difference between the two.
are you talking about the high high voice actor
I
for
can't
Ocean
remember.
dub?
I don't remember any of the dub voices to be honest. I just remember who or what version it was. But I love the voices in the Ocean dub.
I'm just gonna say this outright though. The worst fandom in the world are Black Torch fans.
I can't comment on that either.
Because they just hate on my Jujutsu Kaisen. They just hate it.
Why? What's the beef there?
So every time what I hear is Black Torch got the boot for Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh.
But even if that's the case, like that's not a reason to hate it. Like I do see a lot of like even in videos I've had before where I didn't talk about Black Torch because I don't know anything about it. I've heard people actually no, it was because I was talking about Shonen Axe, Shonen canceling series. But people were like really mad about Black Torch, but I never got into it.
Black Torch is great, but it lost on popularity, so they had to, get that spot for something else. And
to be honest, it didn't hold up all the way through, in my opinion. I thought the first fight was great, the last fight was great, but I don't know, it went downhill. Jujutsu Kaisen stayed pretty strong most of the way through.
And I mean, Time Paradox Ghost Rider.
Let's not do that. Man.
The other things is I want to talk about is with Burn the Witch and Kubo. Now, I don't see a lot of people talking about Burn the Witch, and there's a lot of people that love Bleach. And Burn the Witch is basically a side story in the Bleach universe.
I don't know. I'd kind of just like something different, honestly. Like I kind of rather it had been like a whole nother universe rather than it still being in Bleach. But that's kind of my opinion. I don't know.
I just want Kubo to do something else besides Bleach related stuff. I want to see him do like a Seinen or something like that,
Yeah.
I just reading it doesn't feel like Bleach to me. It's like nothing about it in Bleach would make me think that this stuff could happen. In there, you would think that with all the dragons that it would be more prevalent in the actual story of Bleach, or at least like at the end, to kind of make it work. But it just seems like they did that just to kind of jump on the Bleach bandwagon and be like, oh, see, it's in the Soul Society. You should like it now.
Yeah, I definitely saw a lot of like similarities with like of course the art, and then like I know like they did like spell and they did like numbers instead of keto numbers. I think that's what they called it in Bleach. And this like the whole like there was similarities, but I feel like with the 4 chapters we got, I know there's apparently more of it coming. It just wasn't like there was just so much incomplete stuff there that was kind of hard to enjoy those 4 chapters. And I don't know, I kind of wanted to see something different. But I want to point out real quick that if studying manga, if you're still here, let us know what fandom you think is the worst. But go ahead if anyone else has anything to say about Burn the Witch.
Justy, have you read Burn the Witch?
Me?
Yeah. No, the other Justy.
Yeah, the one who's I don't know. But I haven't read actually Burn the Witch at all yet. I'm really not that interested, to be honest. I don't know. Just aesthetically, it doesn't really please me. By seeing all the artwork I've seen and everything.
Yeah.
The artwork looks good. It's just like the characters, the way it looks and everything. It looks very like it was supposed to be like a slice of life type manga almost by how it looks. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the only reason I really ended up talking about it is because we decided we were going to talk about it on here. If it wasn't for that, then I probably wouldn't have jumped in. Honestly, like I felt like when I was reading those chapters, I was reading it for like homework, not because I was like enjoying it. Like I didn't enjoy them too much.
I think the movie is gonna be good. The movie will be good. They got greenlit for another manga series for it.
Sweet.
So who knows? Who know at this point what's gonna happen there? But there is two fandoms that are like growing now that I feel like needs to be prevalent is Spy Family, because that is just an amazing story. I don't, for some reason, something so simple and something that sounds boring as hell on paper just comes alive in the manga, and that needs more love. And I know everyone loves it, but the other one that I'm glad finally got a physical release, or getting a physical release very soon, is Chainsaw Man. Not a lot of people talk about Chainsaw Man, but it's amazing. I don't know what else to tell you.
It is. It's pretty great.
And I believe in, let me see, in a month it's coming out? Yes. Next month it is debuting Chainsaw Man Volume 1.
I actually saw that. I was debating picking it up at some point, but I haven't got into it yet. I do read Spy X Family though. I own the first volume. I haven't picked up the second yet, but I read it bi-weekly on the Shonen app, and I think Spy X Family is like one of the best series to come out in a long time. It's such a charming, fun series. Like I absolutely love it. Chainsaw Man is one I definitely want to check out though.
Yeah, if you
It's
just
really surprising what Shonen Jump got away with that manga. I'm so surprised what they got away with doing it in there.
I need to check it out.
I mean, they're getting edgier and edgier. Like Hell's Paradise, the Shonen Jump.
It is?
Yeah. Yep.
Really? Wow.
Well, they put all the JoJos back on Shonen Jump, and that language, violence, death, all that. I mean, The Promised Neverland has, kids' faces blown out. Sorry for spoilers, but like they're getting Golden Kamui.
Kamui?
That Shonen Jump. So they're getting a lot more edgier.
That is? Well, that's surprising too.
There's a newer Shonen series that I read like a little bit. I'm like probably like 3 or 4 chapters behind on it now. Is a Akashi Triangle, and I feel like it's one of those like very like I don't know if it's like ecchi is the right word for it, like ecchi manga, and I feel like they cut very close to like what you can do in Shonen Jump with that series. It's like as close to full nudity as it possibly can in that series.
Have you read Undead Unluck?
I have read the first like 3-4 chapters of that.
That's pretty ecchi. That's his run.
You know what's kind of weird though is I never see anybody talk about other magazines besides Shonen Jump. I kind of want to hear more about like what Kodansha's putting out these days.
Yeah, I just kind of like everyone. I kind of feel like Shonen Jump's just easier to keep track of because everyone talks about it, and like there's like the app for it. I don't know if Kodansha has an app.
They do.
It's just kind of like
they don't.
Yeah,
they do.
I just feel like Kodansha has like some of the best stuff in there, and we're not even seeing half because we're all focused on Shonen Jump,
Yeah. What do they have? Because there's probably a lot of stuff that haven't.
They have Seven Deadly Sins. They have Attack on Titan. They have Seraph at the End. They have what else do they have over here?
Well,
they have
Seraph.
Sorry, go ahead.
Seraph is on Shonen Jump as well.
Oh, it is. It is on. Yeah, you're right. Yep, that's Fizz.
Yeah. So what they have is Attack on Titan, Fairy Tail, Seven Deadly Sins, Vinland Saga.
This is a pretty good series right there.
Sailor Moon. They have.
I always thought Attack on Titan was.
They have Fire Force.
Fire Force.
Yeah, Fire Force. They had Soul Eater before. No, they didn't. That was the Impress before it was Square Enix. You know what I mean?
And then they have the new Shaman King. Reprints.
I'm hyped for those, man. I'm really hyped for those.
Yeah, me too. I wish
they have the Heroic Legend of Arslan.
I wish I could just buy Shaman King.
Let's see. I think that's about all I can think of, to be honest, with Kodansha right now.
For Shonen titles.
Yeah.
But Kodansha is probably, besides Viz Media, one of the best for Shonen titles as well.
Yeah. Well, Attack on Titan alone is like.
Oh! I forgot to mention. Kodansha has one coming up actually. A Shonen coming up actually.
It has what?
A new Shonen coming up soon. I think it comes out next year. It's by the same creator of Magi.
Oh, that's cool. I love Magi. So that's very cool.
It's called Orient.
Well, I need to check that out. That's actually very cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's coming out in January, I believe, or something. No, maybe it's is it January? Yeah, it's January.
Definitely, no matter what it is, if a volume drops for it, I'm gonna pick it up just because. Just how much I enjoyed Magi. I have to give it a chance at least.
What?
I said because of how much I enjoyed Magi, I'll definitely have to give that one.
Yeah, Magi's good. I need to get Magi still, actually.
So, Orient is
it up.
coming physical in January, right?
Yeah.
Because it's digital right now.
Yeah, digital.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They also got Eden Zero. So if you like Fairy Tail.
Oh, yep.
Oh, that series. Okay, yeah.
I
used to have that.
I might actually try Eden Zero, even though I despise Fairy Tail with a passion.
It's pretty darn good, honestly. I enjoyed it when I had it, but yeah.
I don't dislike Fairy Tail as much as a lot of the community does, but I don't think it's like one of the best either. I kind of just think it's like kind of somewhere in the middle.
Now, do they still have the problem that Fairy Tail has? Where they just
fan service?
Deus Ex Machina, the whole thing?
Oh, no, not yet. Not as far as I know.
Because I hated that with like, oh, this armor, no man can wear it, and blah blah blah. And then somebody's like, oh look, now you can't beat me because I wear this armor that nobody can wear, and we won't talk about how this is happening at all. Like,
nope, it has none of that. Just I have an ability called Ether Gear, so like it's kind of like almost like marks or something that give you like power that it's kind of like gear. It's not like an ability. It's more like a gear, kind of like a thing that can help you fight or enhance your abilities, that kind of stuff.
Oh, so kind of like the kaiju suits from Kaiju Number 8.
Yeah, I think
a little bit.
That.
Like you can enhance your powers and get more powerful with training and all that.
I'd say that. I guess it does give you some abilities, but like it's not like nothing super special. I don't know. It's just an enhancement from yourself, like.
It's not demon fruit.
No. Nope.
So.
And it's easily accessible. Oh, sorry.
I want to ask you guys when you guys like read that or saw that for the first time, the gears in One Piece, were you like, oh come on, like really, or were you like, oh my god, this is like Super Saiyan?
I thought it was kind of cool. I thought like it was different enough to where like it was its own thing, and like I don't quite understand it, but somehow it's supposed to like make some kind of sense with the rubber, how he was able to do that. I read like an article a long time ago about how it makes sense because of his rubber fruit, but I don't exactly remember why it made sense. But either way, I think it was pretty cool. He needed some kind of power up, and I don't think it's like I kind of think that Super Saiyan is just more like mainstream. It's cooler, but I think that the attacks itself in like the One Piece gears are just different and kind of interesting. I like them.
I actually have never gotten that far. Like I said, I read the first volume of the manga. That's as far as I've gotten.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you need to get into One Piece, man. That's the king.
Maybe one day. I gotta get my to get list, like my manga physical to get list done first, then maybe I'll try to sneak in there at some point.
Yeah, so Justy is a big guy on his digital collection. So
no. I just started digital.
Yeah, but you're doing videos on your digital stuff.
Oh
right?
yeah, yes, yeah. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I like it because it's accessible all the time. It's very nice. You don't have so much manga all over the place. It's kind of nice actually. I do enjoy it.
I actually have a couple questions about that. Like, my two questions, I guess, about that is one, not really of a question, more of a statement. It's just that like, when you buy it digitally, you really help the manga come more than you do in any other way. So I think that's kind of cool. But then two is like when it comes to like Shonen Jump app, which I know is something we're gonna talk about soon. Like for example, a series like Naruto is on the app. So would you not get it digital because you know it's on the app, or like how would you do that?
Oh, so you mean I wouldn't? Well, to be honest, like let's just say because Naruto you can buy. I would buy it physically, honestly, if I had to buy it at all. Let's just say we have a manga that only is digital and only on the SJ app. Both those two things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can only buy those two. You can only read it those two ways.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it really depends on how much I love it. To be honest, it's really hard to kind of say. Like, let me think of an example. Let's just say, well, Beast Children. That's one I have right now. That's the Shonen Jump that I have. That I bought digitally. That's on the Shonen Jump app and the digital only. I bought that.
Didn't that one get canceled, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, is it like the rugby one or like the soccer one or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah,
Rugby. Yep.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Never gotten into it. Can't say.
Yeah, that's the only problem I have with digital, as well as, if I buy digitally and it comes out in print, unless I truly love it, I'm not gonna buy it again.
Yeah.
As well, let's face it, digital manga, you're really giving the company more money than the mangaka. The writers and artists only get a flat amount for their work. So if you buy digitally, you're supporting more or less the company putting it out than you are anyone else, because it might be a little bit cheaper, but I've seen stuff for like it's $1 cheaper than the physical copy, and it's like, why?
The Dalai Kyoko manga here is only like $1, or no, it's $2 cheaper than the actual like print.
But it's just why, like, now you're making more money, so business side it's better, but for a buyer side, it's like I'd rather just pay $2 more and get the physical copy.
Yeah, I think the thing with me. Oh, go ahead.
Now the big thing with buying physical is, you're supporting more or less the store, because everyone's paid out by the time you buy from the store, except for the store itself. The creators are paid out. The company itself is paid out from the distribution centers. The distribution centers are paid out from the stores, and then you have to buy from the store to support the store. Now,
well, if you buy like full retail, the retail is, like, say you buy and write stuff for like say $7, and you go to Barnes and Noble, and it's actually $10 there. Well, basically that $3 extra or $4 extra just goes to the store. That's pretty much how that works. I just want to know if anybody knows that, but that's what I want to say.
Well, it's markup. It's markup. So, they're making a lot more money than that, but usually it's like about 40% markup to make money on it. So if it's a $10 thing, they're getting $4. That's the store's money, right? And then the $6 is paid off for the distributors, the company, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think by the time the manga actually gets it, it's not very much at all.
Well, they get paid right away.
Yeah.
They get paid like a couple of cents or whatever per page or per panel, or however that works with manga. But I know in comics, they get paid, probably at most a couple $100 per issue. But that's, you gotta be like Frank Miller, you gotta be Kubo, you gotta be the big names. But usually you get paid, maybe $20-$30, if you're starting out per weekly or per monthly, whatever you do. So they get paid right away for their stuff, or they get paid in advance for their work.
I might be wrong on this, but don't they get paid like by Shonen Jump, but then also by like the sales themselves?
They get royalty. They get royalties for printings. So let's say like One Piece, when they're at like 24th printing, they get royalties for every time that volume has to go back and be reprinted.
Oh, okay.
Imagine if mangaka had like a merchandising going on for them. That would really help, probably.
Well, this brings up, so I am doing some reviews from some doujinshis, and the company that I I'm doing it for is Hidori Aqua, which is more or less non-mature doujinshi. Now, these you pay, and the mangaka gets most of that money. You know, the company that digitally translates and all that gets a little bit of the cut, but this is more or less directly, you know, streamlined to the mangaka. So it's all independent stuff. And I'm reading one called Arrested Love, which is phenomenal. It's it's the Yakuza falling in love with the detective falling in love with the Yakuza.
Ooh.
They can't tell each other that they're in love with each other. But they have to make up reasons why they're like always like together. And they're both like, I wish they just said they loved me. And they keep on like messing up and doing all this stuff. It's a rom-com, it's super funny. And you know, it's like 4-page volumes or 4-page chapters. So it's like a full chapter for Shonen is like one volume for this, and like it costs $5 or $6, you know, at most. But most of that money goes to mangaka. So definitely, if you want to support mangakas directly, look into the independent stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I think that what's really cool about like the digital is like you definitely like you definitely give more money to the creator when you buy it digitally like that. Like that's more obvious because you don't have to go through the like you know actually printing out the book and whatnot. But at the same time, it's just like I want to like I am giving you something not because of like charity. I'm giving it to you because I like your product and like I like the product in a book. Like I really enjoy. I love the aspect of collecting and actually to be able to hold the physical volume. So I think digital is really cool and it's a good way for them to try and make more money. But for me personally, I don't think I'd ever buy digital just because like I enjoy the book and as much as I want to support them, I do support them because I buy so many volumes. I just support them in that way because to me, as much as I think the whole idea of digital does help them more. It's just not something I'm interested in. So at the end of the day, like, you know, it is business for me too. Like, I buy because I like it. You know what I mean?
That's one thing I hate about Kodansha, is that they usually put out everything digitally first, and then if there's a market for it, they'll make a print run. Which I hate
This does
because
that too, actually.
if
Sometimes.
if you buy it digitally and you're like, I don't really want it, and a lot of people do that, they'll make a print run and then they'll lose money that way. You know, because nobody wants to buy it twice if they don't like it.
What's up, Kai?
How's it going, Kai? Yeah, so Kai is our wonderful shoujo lover. She knows all things romance. So I ask her all the time, like, for recommendations on that side of things. Because I'm just a burly kid at heart, you know. Give me my Dragon Ball. So going into the Shonen Jump app stuff, Justy, you brought this up. So, what do you want to talk about? What you got?
Well, I just want to kind of go over some of the titles and maybe see if anything sounds good or looks interesting. Why don't we just start with the ones that I know already, because I already know 2 of them for sure. And one of them I know you read, at least so far. So, let's talk about Phantom Seer. It's interesting, isn't it?
I read the first volume. I mean not the first volume, first chapter.
Chapter?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I think that it has potential. But I definitely need to go ahead and get caught up on the next 3. I haven't got into it too much yet, but from what I've read, I think it has potential.
I've read more than that, but I haven't read the last.
Things because I've read like the first. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, well, no, I read the first 2 chapters, and I think that they should try like I don't know, because I feel like they just jump into the situation. So far, they've just been kind of jumping right into the situations that have happened. I like to see more like environmental stuff, more of the characters kind of, as it goes on.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I could like see that could happen, hopefully it doesn't happen, is that it becomes one of those series where it's like a different monster every week kind of thing. I don't necessarily think I will fall in that little hole, but I feel like I could.
Yeah.
It's starting to get away from that. Um, Truthfully, it is, but
It definitely reminds me of like Bleach or like Jujutsu Kaisen. Not just Kaisen like in the way of how it is, but more like how it's like different kind of like monsters or phantoms or whatever. It's like Bleach and that kind of stuff,
like
I like the art.
exercising stuff.
Yeah, I like that. When we talked about it, what was it, last week or the week before? I think like from what I saw in the first chapter, like I think it looked as if like Junji Ito was going to try to make a shonen series, like with all like the weird ghost and stuff. Like it looked pretty cool. I did like the art to it a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I want to know more about that key. The shaman key that he has.
Oh yeah, and I actually they do actually. Well, I'm not sure if you have you read chapter 2 yet. Manga guy.
Yes.
Yeah. I did like how they added that little like, ooh, what's his secret? What's his secret past thing? That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I think they added another character in chapter 4, so I think it's broadening out, and it'll be a good series. I just want it to be a little bit more different than like what we have with Jujutsu Kaisen. Just exercising demons or whatever they call them in so-and-so story. Like, I want to have something where
I will say though that I do like the characters. So I don't know why, but I think they're interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
No.
I do like how like the main girl like really wants to help people, and how she like gets so excited when she helps people, but then like she finds out in the end of the first chapter how like the reason she has to help people all the time is because she brings this bad luck to people, and she brings these like ghosts or whatever to people. I thought that was kind of a cool little twist at the end.
Yeah,
Kind of felt bad for her.
Now, with Shonen Jump, with the app, do you like to use the app to kind of like get a feel for a series before you buy it in print, or do you like to just keep up to date with everything?
Well, it's really hard to say, to be honest. Like for me, I Shonen Jump. I never really get on the Shonen Jump app and read manga, and the reason I started actually doing that was because of pretty much the next manga I want to talk about, which is Kaiju number 8.
Oof, yeah, that's a fun one to talk about.
Oh, it is so good. So every week I'm just excited for every chapter I get, and it's got me back because I have. If you guys don't know this, I haven't like read like Shonen Jump Weekly, any manga, like staying up to date with it since like Naruto and Tokyo Ghoul. Well, not Tokyo Ghoul, but yeah, Naruto, and it's really fun. I got back into reading weekly chapters, and I really enjoy that.
Yeah, I've been trying to get into more of like the newest series like recently. Like I do read a lot in the Shonen Jump app. 'Cause I read My Hero and One Piece weekly, and that's and also Sparks Family. I also do Moe King, which is kind of a gag manga that I think is okay. If it gets canceled, I wouldn't really be mad. But if it stays, I'll keep on reading it too. Kind of one of those series for me. But Kaiju number 8, I think Kaiju number 8 and Time Parallax Ghost Rider, when they first came out, I was super hyped for. I really thought both of them had potential. Time Parallax didn't make it, but I'm super happy that Kaiju number 8 is doing so well. I think that it's great so far.
I like to get the numbers on that eventually. I want to see how actually how well it actually does after a while, because I know a lot of people are talking about it.
Yeah, but whenever they do release a volume here, I'm picking it up right away, because what's in that first volume is some really good content.
It is. It's so good. I've been keeping up to date. How far are you guys? I'm on chapter like the newest chapter, whatever that one was.
I'm up to date.
Sorry guys, I'm a little bit far behind. I'm like 2 behind right now. I've been reading a lot of like the stuff I have, so I've kind of fallen a little bit behind on my weekly stuff. But
Ooh.
yeah.
It's to be honest, you're not missing out. You're not missing too much, to be honest. It's been a little slow last few weeks, to be honest. Just a little bit.
What? This last chapter is crazy.
It was?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm behind now.
Did you read chapter 11?
I have no idea. I'm not sure what chapter I last read.
What was the last one I read? It must have been 9, I think. Yeah, let me look at the end of 9 real quick. I think it was, yeah, the last one I read was 9.
Well, the last one I read was the one where the guys were talking about Mina, the girl that they're all talking about her, and the.
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's chapter 11. But if
Oh.
so, you're up to date, but stuff is crazy in that because you know how everyone like was like, oh, it's his sister or it's his cousin or I don't.
Oh yeah, that was.
And then they finally just
Sorry,
said,
we're spoiling it for him.
I kind of zoned out for a second there. I knew you guys were talking about it. It's all good.
he knows because
Okay, well basically
they're
it's not
childhood
really-
friends.
It's not too much to spoil, to be honest. It's really not.
They're childhood friends.
Pretty much all the guys are dogging on Mina.
They want to get that juicy juice, you know. And
Yeah, man.
then they all pass out from here and everything.
Yeah, that was deserved. It was like, oh, we're all, they're all dogging on Mina, and they sit in the shower or the thing too long, and they get like heat stroke or not heat stroke. What was it again?
But I mean, there is like looking at the Shonen Jump app right now. I mean, there's a new Our Blood Oath vampire manga that is on chapter 2 right now. And then I've never even heard of some of these. Like We Never Learn.
We Never Learn, I know a little bit about. I've read the first couple chapters. It's one of those series that I actually have in like my saved cart of manga I'm gonna buy eventually. I enjoyed it enough to know I want to buy the first volume. It's like a harem series. It's kind of like the quintessential quintuplets, if you know what that is.
Yeah, it's kind of like a slice of life, almost ecchi kind of, but not really.
It's 174 volumes, and I've never even.
Well, it does pretty good in the magazine, I think. I mean, it's lasted a long time, so.
It better be thick. I like my ecchi thick, if you know what I mean. Then there's like Mashal, Magic and Muscles.
I haven't.
I wasn't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't got too into this one, but like the people I follow who read everything in Shonen Jump weekly, like a lot of them say like put it in like the bottom tier. It's one of those shows that could get canceled soon. One of those manga.
Yeah, I read the first chapter or two, and I couldn't get into it, to be honest. I don't know. I've been hearing the opposite. I've been hearing like people loving on it and everything, but I never really got it, to be honest.
I'm just always confused, looking at this and be like, is this a good one? Like they all kind of blend together.
Yeah, I've tried a lot of like these like newer ones, like a couple of the first volumes. Like I tried Hard Boiled Cop and Dolphin, and
God,
that one. I lost interest in that one. Like I said, I read Akasha Triangle a little bit. I'm a little bit behind. I find it enjoyable, but it's also like it's okay. It's nothing crazy to me. Mori King, I think it's kind of funny, but it also can be pretty bad at times too.
Honestly, with Hard Boiled Cop and Dolphin, if they come out with an anime for it, I'll watch it. But I cannot read the manga. I read the first 3 chapters and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, it didn't. It wasn't interesting enough for me. It was okay.
I think in manga form, it just was so convoluted and so confusing that I'm like, it's a good concept, but I mean, I don't care enough for it. They didn't pull me in like how Spy Family did or how Jujutsu Kaisen did.
Yeah, I feel like within the first couple chapters, like if a series doesn't like really like hook you by then like I don't know. With all these other series in Shonen Jump, I kind of have a short leash with some of these newer series.
Yeah. Well, I think after they cut so many manga series in a row on there, you start to lose trust. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean I don't know the average number of it, but like the amount of series that get canceled a year it's big. So like if you get into a series, like it's very likely that it gets canceled. Back in the day, I was a big fan of a series. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this one, called Hungry Joker. I was a big fan.
Oh my god! Yes.
Yeah, yo, it's good to actually know that there's a couple Hungry Jokers fans out there. I was a huge fan of that series. I
Dude,
was
Yuki
so
Tabata got so nabbed. How did Black Clover make it and that one didn't? I just bugged me to death.
dude. I really think that it was so different and so unique, and it could have done well. That being said, I think the format for Black Clover is a lot easier to succeed in Shonen Jump. I'm happy he's doing so well. I'm not like super into Black Clover yet. I've only read the first couple volumes, but I'm happy he's doing well in the magazine. But man,
Yeah.
I just wish Hungry Joker was still around. That
like,
was fun to me.
I don't know. I feel like he just kind of like you said, screw it. That didn't work. I'm just gonna go ahead and just do the Naruto plot and then see if that starts out well, and then I'll change it from there.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, I mean, I say that's the format, but the format's kind of been changing a little bit with some of these newer series. But
Yeah.
that is kind of the format of succeeding for so long in Shonen Jump. So I'm happy he's doing well, and I think Black Clover's like, from what I've seen, is pretty decent. But I just think that Hungry Joker was a lot more interesting and different. And then the other series that I get bagged on all the time by Ben for being a big fan of was Time Paradox Ghostwriter. I'm so sad to see it had so much potential, man, and it went downhill because the fans in Japan were mad about the plagiarism. Even though like the main character said over and over again how bad he felt about doing it, but he had to do it. Just anyways, it got canceled.
You know what manga that I'm now that I think about it, now that I want to actually kind of get it, and I'm also sad because I wanted to try it at some point and actually go back and give it a chance, but now there's no chance for it anymore, and that is Act H. I really wish that would have never happened.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a big one. I never got into that series because I was into so many other things, but it was like so close on my like list of things I want to get into, and I was so ready to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then that thing came out, and I was like, crap. Like, from everything I heard about it, I heard so many good things. It was one of those series where it was just like, I know it's gonna be good. Let me like let it back up a little bit, and then I'm gonna get into it. And that news is just terrible. It's the same thing pretty much what happened with the mangaka of Rurouni Kenshin, which is a series I really love. Rurouni Kenshin. It sucks what happens with the creator. That's why I bought Rurouni Kenshin used, so I didn't support him. But yeah, it sucks.
I got the
I
first 2 volumes of Act Age. I don't care. I know that it's a one printing deal for those, and they're gonna be hard to find soon. So
I'll give a little bit more leeway with the Act Age 2, especially because it was made by 2 people, and the one other person who I think who did the art for the series. She couldn't have seen that coming, so it sucks for her. But I know, like, especially with Rurouni Kenshin, like I didn't want to buy the new ones, especially because it was like a whole series. I was able to find it pretty cheap on Facebook Market. It's a great series. I really enjoy it, but it just sucks.
You know what?
I mean, as of right now, with everything going on, anybody who buys Rurouni Kenshin new, like Barnes & Noble and that, like, just buy it for the company, because honestly, like, buy it if you want it. Just buy it, right? That's how it comes down to it. If you want it, just buy it.
You know what? I'm supposed to go to the bookstores the next couple. Well, my birthday's on Tuesday, so I'm supposed to go like to 2 bookstores on my birthday. I think I'm gonna see if I can find those volumes there when I'm there.
Well, congrats for. Well, I don't know if congrats are but happy birthday is coming up soon.
Act Age.
Congrats for not dying another year.
Yeah, you made it past 2020. That's a accomplishment right there.
Well, none of us have passed 2020 yet.
Well,
we still got a few months.
Not yet. But if you made it this far, you still deserve it. Congratulations.
I can't wait for what winter brings. Oh my goodness.
Who knows, man?
Yeah, I'm excited for spooky season.
For what season?
Spooky season, Halloween.
That's my birthday, man. Halloween.
You scary skeleton.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
So coming into this, we always have a closing remark from everybody. So let's start with Zero.
Closing remarks. What are the 2 topics we did today? We did the fan bases. I'm just gonna put it out there. One Piece fandom is the best, and if you don't think that, then you're wrong. And then as far as the Shonen Jump app, the Shonen Jump app is awesome. There's a lot of great new series coming out there. A lot of things I really want to get into, and I'm really happy with the direction Shonen is going into. Like a lot of series aren't following that old format of just, the main character and like I want to be Hokage type thing. I think that things are being kind of different, and I enjoy the way
I
Shonen's
like that.
going.
Yeah, so Justy, any closing remarks?
Oh, sorry, I was just saying I liked that what you said about the whole Shonen Jump changing. But yeah, back to fandoms. I think I don't know. I'm not really huge on fandoms. As for SJ app, it's kind of great because I mean, like before in the past, we never had any way of reading, like the stuff you'd never see that gets dropped all the time without the SJ app, and it's kind of cool. We get to read along with the Japanese now.
Yeah, it's a good
But
point.
yeah, I love that. And I'm that you guys can go ahead and catch me on my channel. I have a manga collection tour coming up. Tuesday, my birthday, and that's all I'd say.
Yeah, so definitely check out these two. You should be sub to Zero by now if you've been following along with these podcasts, but everyone's YouTube channels are in the description, so go check them out. Justy has a bunch of videos. One of them's about digital collections, and you're doing probably your physical one right now, right? Releasing that soon, as well as definitely support Shonen Jump by paying $2 a month for the Shonen Jump app. It's $2 a month to read well over $2 worth of manga, so definitely do that. Fandoms are gonna be crazy. You just gotta tell people that think One Piece is good and tell them to shove it, because obviously it's not.
I mean, you don't last this long without being good. But go ahead.
I mean, if you pay money to people, you can stay in business for as long as you want with mediocre content. But I'm just shots fired. But with that being said, I'm glad you all were here to hang out with us. Thanks, Justy, for showing up.
No problem.
It was definitely a fun time to have you, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out.